Going to the game, I'm going to be playing Graves jungle and show you the strengths and weaknesses of this champion. In this matchup, we're currently up against Rengar, and in a Graves versus Rengar, this is an advantage for Rengar in the early game due to having stronger ganks. But if Graves is able to farm up, get his items, he should be able to have an advantage in the late game since he is a scaling champion. We meet up with Rengar in the left side bush, get chunked with Lux E, but it's fine because one of the best things about Graves jungle while clearing is that he virtually receives no damage if you're able to kite the camps properly. The clear that I'm doing is a blue side clear into most likely a full clear. Since Graves ganks is not the strongest, you'd want to focus on farming your items so that you could scale in the fastest possible manner. As you could see, I'm kiting this blue buff perfectly, and I even got full HP after clearing this camp. Another thing about Graves jungle is that you wanna save up your third skill stacks. If you look at the lower right, there's currently a number 4, and that is how much stacks you have on your third skill. The higher the stacks, the more armor that you would have, and this is very important, especially when it comes to scuttler fight. That's why in order to maintain my stacks, you have to dash when crossing the camps so that you wouldn't lose the stacks that you have. I also hit the Raptor once if you want to go for the red clear so that I don't lose my third skill stacks. As you could see, I already have 8 stacks, and when you have 8 stacks, I think this is equivalent to 40 armor if I'm not mistaken, and this is gonna make your dueling much stronger. Even though I'm weaker than Rengar, I should have a advantage when it comes to the 1v1. Even though I see him at the bot side, the reason why I did not contest the bot scut is because my bot lane just died and mid lane has no priority. So even though I could fight the Rengar 1v1, when I get collapsed by the Jax and Syndra, of course, I wouldn't win in a 1v3 situation. That's why I just chose to give the scuttler and go for a full clear on my jungle side. We see that the Rengar is prepping for a gank. We're there to help. We have some stacks, smoke screen so Rengar doesn't see us, and go for a kite. We force the Rengar Empower W, but with Jax on the way, we get exhausted. We flash away, hit the plant, clutch, taking this, and we're able to live. If you noticed, I had 4 stacks on my third skill, and thanks to this, I was able to survive long enough to be able to get the fruit. Perfect start for us, since as a late game champion, getting a kill early is really good, and we also put the Rengar behind. After buying our items, we go back to our top side. Scuttler should still be up since Rengar went for the bot scut, and we're able to stabilize our lane. The only lane that I have to worry about is mid lane. Even though it's kinda hard to gank with Graves, especially with Kassadin, no mana, I just try to zone the Syndra so that this Kassadin can get an easy back. With nothing else happening, we go back to our top side and start clearing our camps yet again. Another tip when playing Graves jungle is to always use your dash if you have 1 or no bullets. That way, you get additional bullet for free and you would be able to hit 3 times before going for a reload. For example, here, 2 bullets, 3 bullets with a dash, and this would make our clear much smoother. After clearing the top side, instead of going for the bot side, I choose to go to gank our duo lane because Braum Ashe has a lot of crowd control and I would be able to follow up on their CC. We take the Lux, nice stun by the Braum, and we get an easy kill on their support. Syndra Rengar, in response, as much as I'd like to help, it's kinda hard, but we'll just take out this Braum instead. Graves is trying to kill me, but we just have a little bit of HP. Similar to earlier, Graves is deceptively tanky. With the perfect start, 3-0 up, and the objective spawning, we definitely should have the advantage. And when picking Graves, as much as possible, you would want to have lanes with crowd control. As shown earlier, if this was like Soraka, Kaisa, then I wouldn't be able to get any ganks off. That's why there are certain conditions before Graves becomes a really good pick. With the objective spawning in 15 seconds, I see that their Jax is very low, so I could go for a possible dive here. We clear the bot side. Perfect timing. Aatrox with a solo kill. Rengar tries to go for the gank, but it's already too late. We're already here to help our Aatrox, and since we have bot side priority, this Rengar shouldn't be able to contest this objective. Unfortunately, our Ashe falls down in the top side, and looking at the map, Rengar sprints it at the top side in order to get the dragon. We'll just stick with the Herald. This is something that you wanna get as much as possible, especially if you're using a late game champion. With this Herald, you get more gold, which can be converted into getting your items faster. We poke the Syndra a bit. Huge Ashe arrow coming from the base. Since I don't have my first skill, I just had to use my ultimate. Syndra goes close. Kassadin getting the kill with the ignite. And look at our damage though. We're destroying this Rengar. Jax is here, but we already have a lot of kiting potential with our third skill. And we're just dealing damage. They can't do anything. He even tries to go close. Aatrox with an immediate punish. Since I know that he would be able to win, I'll just focus on getting the first tier tower. We get tower for free. Raptors is up. And this is another thing that we could take with Graves. One rune that really helped me understand this champion better and play him more efficiently is the Legend Alacrity. With this Legend Alacrity rune, it increases your attack speed, and when you have a higher attack speed, you would be able to reload faster and make your attacks more efficient. When I played Graves without Alacrity and with Alacrity, without Alacrity, I still deal a lot of damage, but it wasn't as smooth. Especially since the build that I'm going has no attack speed inside. Top side, another gank happens. Rengar is behind. We look for someone that's out of position, which is a Syndra. Immediately burst him with a Collector. Pop the Rengar as well. Use our ulti. Get Lux to 1 HP. And with 2 members down, we wrap around in order to cut their escape route. Now they're stuck under the tower, and with Braum tanking, we're able to free hit, take down the Lux, and destroy this Lucian with our Collector proc. Not only do we win the team fight, we're also able to take tower plates in the top side. This is why I really like Collector first item on Graves, because this gives us the additional damage that we need in order to burst down our opponents. With the armor penetration and crit, it also allows us to scale smoothly when it gets to the later stages of the game. We buy Bloodthirster second. This gives us even more damage and lifesteal. If we're taken low, we have so much damage. 1.1k crit on the Raptor camp, and that's just a preview on what's gonna happen to the opponents. We see Jax deal a bit of damage. He's kinda tanky with the exhaust plus ulti, so we'll just clear the Raptors instead. And look at the lifesteal that I'm having right now. Lux chunked us a bit, and now we're back up with full HP. A fight is still happening on the bot side. As much as I'd like to burst the Syndra, we're in a bad position, and the last thing that I want to do is give them a shutdown. We choose to play the safe route and clear our bot side camps. We're way ahead in this game, and we don't need to risk anything else. Of course, even though we're ahead, you don't want to forget farming your camps, and the more items that you have with Graves, the faster you could clear your camps. With the attack speed of Alacrity plus Bloodthirster, this also makes my clear much smoother. 9k gold at the 8-minute mark. We're really in a good position, and the only thing that I'm waiting for is the dragon to spawn so that we could take this for ourselves. Since I have no more camps and nothing to do, I just decided to go back to my base, buy Last Whisper. Maybe Executioner was a bit better, but it's fine. This Last Whisper is for the Jax, who is becoming tankier as the game goes on. Aatrox though, just dominating his lane. This is really good because we don't want their Jax to scale. When it comes to the late game, Jax is obviously super scary and will be a problem when it comes to our side lane. While waiting for the dragon to spawn, don't be afraid to tax waves wherein your teammates won't make it since you're a scaling champion. With the objective spawning in 10 seconds, this should be quite free for us. Aatrox zoning the Lux. Maybe we can catch someone out of position here. I try to ulti. I miss miserably, but it's fine. We could just start this. I still have a lot of damage. We just need to position properly. A fight happens with Jax going on the front. He has no follow-up. Kinda tilted probably at this point, and we should be able to get this dragon for ourselves. Unfortunately, Aatrox goes down to the Syndra, and this is something we need to be worried about. An arrow flies, but it doesn't hit. Go in for the Q flash, and their HP just popped. I think I hit Syndra with just an auto Q, and now she's half HP. We get an easy win, and we proceed to push their lanes. Mid and bot, a bit extended, and this is something that we could take for ourselves. I just chose to play it safe because they have a lot of wave clear and will just take their jungle. I was surprised that Rengar went for the damage build rather than the tank build, and with this Jax, I don't know what this guy is doing. Going for an inting Jax, only 100 gold left, but it's fine, we have Collector to get that additional 25 gold. With Mortal Reminder up, this is the perfect item to buy, and this should give us the one-shot potential when we're able to reach the squishy targets. If I'm able to reach the Syndra, Lux, or Lucian, I should be able to burst them in just like one auto QR. We clear our bot side. Baron is spawning in 30 seconds. This is something that we could also take quite fast with all the damage that we have. All we need to do is protect our teammates from going down. They're trying to catch our Aatrox, but we're there to help. Rengar gets popped, and this is perfect since they have no jungler, and with the Baron spawning in 15 seconds, this is something that we could easily take. We want to check if we could burst someone, get a Q off to the Syndra, but it's also scary since even though we could possibly burst them in one combo, since we're building very squishy, they could also burst us with all of the burst that Syndra and Lux has. We force the exhaust on Jax. He also has no more flash. Kassadin is there to flank. Lux hits us with her ulti, but it's fine. Braum has his Protector's Route to help us, and with the Baron up, this is something that we could take. I just want to make sure where the Rengar is, and as soon as we see him in the Baron lane, we immediately start this Baron, and look at my damage! 600 damage on this Baron on one hit. This is how strong we take Baron right now, and it just gets evaporated in less than 10 seconds. We get this for free. Stasis is now up. This is just in case we get caught by Lux Bind or Syndra ult. The only thing we need to worry about is getting in a bad position and getting bursted by these AP champions. Even though Graves is strong against squishy targets, the only problem this champion has is getting close to those types of champions, since they have a lot of kiting potential. Graves is kinda short range, and his dash doesn't give him much movement speed or distance covered. That's why you really need to have good positioning when it comes to the team fights. We take mid for free. We still have our Baron buff. We get this blue buff, deny it from the Rengar. I don't know why my team is recalling with Baron buff. I get chunked with this. Make a mistake. I got stunned by the Lux Bind into the Syndra stun. And as I said earlier, this is one of the main weaknesses of Graves. If you're caught out of position, you can just get bursted like that. I thought I wouldn't get bursted because I had my stasis. Could have used it, but in the end, kinda throw. We gave a shutdown. Aatrox also going down. And welcome to your typical solo queue game where when we die, everyone else randomly follows. Kassadin also goes down with our Aatrox as well. The next item that we're getting is the Infinity Edge so that we could get that guaranteed 100% crit. To be honest, it's kind of greedy since we already have a lot of damage. The better option here in hindsight would be Mo, since they have a lot of AP in their team. With the Lux Syndra being a problem, I should have went with the magic resist item instead. Dragon is now up. We could take this with Jax being down. A 4v5, Lucian looking to get a bounty plate or tower rather at the bot side. Our Kassadin gets popped. I don't know what he was doing there, but it's fine. We're able to secure this. Never mind! I kinda choked my smite. My damage was too high. I wasn't able to Q smite. Oh well, it's fine. At least they don't get soul. We'll just clear their top side instead. If the dragon count is 1-1, the third dragon is useless. It's just for team fight purposes. Lux though, super consistent with her binds, gets the Ashe chunked, and this is something that we need to worry about. The only engage tool that I have is Flash, so as much as possible, I want to save my Flash for the team fights so that I could go for the squishy targets at the back side. We buy Infinity Edge, now we have 100% crit, and the last item we're getting is Guardian Angel. I don't know why there's a fight happening in the bot side, but at least this Aatrox is able to take down their jungler. We're there to help. We see that the Lux is low, hit her with her ulti, and don't know how she lived with 1 HP. Collector didn't get her. Q flash, the Syndra just disappeared. I wasn't even aiming her, and with their ADC gun as well as their jungler, we should be able to get this Baron for free. Now with 4 crit items, look how fast I destroy this. Yeah. This is all my damage. We just destroy this objective. No contest, and we take it for ourselves. 781 crit. We also have a lot of attack speed, so we reload kinda fast with the Bloodthirster plus Alacrity. I just want to farm for my Guardian Angel since this is gonna be my ticket to becoming a bit more greedy. Once I have GA, I probably could play aggressive since I would have that second life. If my GA was on cooldown, I would probably switch it to Mo since the only champions that are damaging me right now is the Lux and Syndra. Nice arrow by the Ashe. Unfortunately, I didn't have a dash. We forced the stasis though. It should be good enough. Syndra, even though she's out of position, my range is just so short that I'm not able to punish her. And this is the problem. As much as I'd like to engage, there's no way I can get close because of all of the CC that they have. That's why the only thing that I'm doing is buffing the creeps. Hopefully, Syndra gets greedy and we're able to punish her. Having no flash is really annoying. We just go for the wave clear. We still have to be careful because of the Rengar ult and Lux snare. We try to punish her, but yeah, this is the problem. We get kited. Almost bursted the Syndra. That was just 2 hits. Auto ulti. And we almost popped her. Unfortunately, the only time we got impatient was the time that I got punished. At least we're able to take down the mid inhibitor. We get our Guardian Angel. So now, when we're caught again, we would have that second life so that we could still fight the opponents. Bot side is something we could push. I don't know why my team is AFK in the left side of the bush. At least we're able to get 1 inhibitor with our second Baron. With Elder now up, this is something that we could take. Good thing that their jungler is also down. So this means that they wouldn't be able to start this for themselves. We're item locked by the way, so we should have a lot of damage. The only thing that I need to be worried about is the steal from their Rengar. Ashe takes red for herself. No to buff sharing, I guess. We position ourselves in order to take this Elder. Opens up with the arrow, hits the Syndra, but no one's there to help. We see that Rengar uses ulti, so we have to be a bit careful. Use our lens to look for any vision. A fight happens. I don't know why this Aatrox got a bit greedy, so we'll just rush this. We have a lot of damage. Smite this, and at least we're able to get Elder. We have our ulti to cancel their backs. Maybe we can get some kills. With this buff, we should be able to win the fights easily. Jax is split pushing bottom lane, but it's still quite far. Pop the Rengar, 700 crit. As much as I'd like to catch the Syndra, I don't have flash, so we'll probably try to push this mid lane to see if we could end the game. Jax and Syndra are both still up, and knowing that Syndra has a lot of wave clear, I don't want to risk it. So what we'll do is we'll just take this blue buff and go for the Baron instead. We see Jax in the ward, looking to push the top side. There's nothing I could do. Aatrox could possibly defend this since he's about to spawn. No issues. Syndra trying to look for the contest, but Kassadin is there. He's already scaled also into the late game, so we get this Baron for ourselves. Now with Elder Baron, surely we should be able to end this game. This game should have been done about 5 minutes ago, but since they have a lot of crowd control and poke plus wave clear, it's quite hard for us to look for an end. I just need to wait for my team. Kassadin gets poked, almost got popped by Lux. Luckily he had QSS, an arrow flies, but Syndra had crown. It's okay. We buffed the minions again, and knowing that we made a mistake a while ago in the mid lane, this is something that I don't want to repeat, especially since we're at the stage of the game where we need to end this since the opponents are scaling properly. We buff the minions. Syndra, even though she has a lot of wave clear, since the minions have a Baron buff, it's quite hard for them to clear the cannons. Braum goes in with a shield. We're able to take down their bottom inhibitor. Only the top one remains, and we could just probably go for a straight end. Play a bit greedy. We have stasis. And then, you know what? As much as I'd like to hit someone, it's super hard to reach anyone, so we just go for an end. 85% Graves in Master Tier. We get MVP with a 928 scoreline. Pretty clean skin in my opinion. 22k gold in 21 minutes, 26k damage. Aatrox dealt a bit more because of this Jax randomly inting. And that is it for our Graves. Hope you guys learned from this. That is for me. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. Bye.